My family really sucks at keeping track of time and just communication in general. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Hey guys, it's Tacos, and something really traumatic happened to me last Friday, which has also happened before, sadly. When I was in 6th grade, I was a cheerleader. Gasp! And my brother was a football player, and we had practice at like the same time. And one day, my mom thought my dad was gonna pick me up on the way home from work, and my dad thought my mom was gonna pick us up. So 10 to 15 minutes later, my brother calls, my mom says my dad's gonna pick us up. It's good. A couple minutes later, my friend's moms are like, hey, you guys wanna ride home? And then being, the person that I am, I'm like, no, it's fine, my parents are on the way. Shaking my head. That was the first mistake. It's now 20 minutes after practice, and if it wasn't just weird enough, my coach decides to go and wait with us. 30 minutes later, so at 8 o'clock, my mom shows up. The worst part was the next day when my coach said, last night after practice we had some kids stay until 8 o'clock. I also had a similar situation last week when I went to go see Monsters University with some friends.
We went to go see the movie. It was amazing. Blah, 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 blah. It was over.
And then after that, Zell and the SAS Master left, and I was alone again. And I was actually offered a car ride, but I said no once again. I think you're starting to see a trend. I just happen to have an iPhone with me. It's not mine though. So I live vlogged the whole thing. It was terrifying, and I was alone, and this guy kept on walking back and forth. He asked me if I had a lighter. Really? Really? You thought this nerd had a lighter? Who do you think I am? And I was freaking out, and then he started smoking. It didn't really help that I called my mom, and she'd say she'd be there in 5 minutes. And it eventually became 30 minutes till she actually picked me up. And the worst part is that I could have walked home, but I'm lazy. And this whole situation could have been avoided. Oh my god, this is the first video I've made that my cat has interrupted me. Woo! What you doing, punk? Not hitting the subscribe button? You should do that. What am I doing with my hands? Praise the Lord! Praise the Lord. Monsters University. My hand looked like I was doing some weird wiggly thing. Yeah. I die. Blah, 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 blah.